Hello students, I am Pallab Darbari, your host, and you are watching Pallab Darbari classes. Today in this video, we will discuss chapter 12 of business studies, that is consumer protection. The weightage of this particular chapter is 5 marks. Mostly 5 marks question is framed from this topic. Let us see the topics that we will discuss in this video. The first topic that we will discuss is law, objectives, importance, and scope and consumer councils. Second topic is meaning, rights and duties of consumer. These are the topics that we will discuss in this chapter. Let us start the chapter with the legal definition. Let us see what is the law says about it. Firstly, we should know little bit. Remember one thing, consumer protection law was commenced on 24th December 1986. Very important, can be asked in MCQ. It is the state or the central law designed to protect the consumer from exploitation. Since the consumer is largely exploited, so the government feel that we should introduce the law to protect the interest of the consumer. Now let us see what the legal definition says. A state or the central law, federal means central, central law designed, the state and the central law which is designed to protect consumers against improperly described, the content of the product is not described properly, damaged, damaged product if hand over to the consumers, faulty, it means if the service is not given or the quality is not good, and dangerous goods of the hazardous nature, and services, as well as unfair trade, it means adulteration, and credit practices. So the law says a state or federal law designed to protect consumers against improperly described, damaged, faulty and dangerous goods and services, as well as from unfair trade and credit practices. Clear? Now let us see why the government or why it is needed that we have to introduce Consumer Protection Act. The first reason is to protect the interest of consumers in India. Second is to establish consumer redressal machinery. It means to establish consumer courts. Redressal machinery is also called consumer forum or consumer court. Why there is a need to establish it? This machinery will resolve consumer disputes, but the question is we already have the courts, so why there is a why there is a need to establish, to open up one more court? Since many cases are pending, and if the consumer will start going to the court, the number of pending cases will increase, and to save the time period, this machinery is being established. This redressal machinery or this consumer court is established so that the grievances of the consumers will be solved in less time. So the point is clear. What is the objective? First, to protect the interest. Second is to establish the redressal machinery. Why? Because pending cases are more. We want that all the problems should be solved in less time. Now let us discuss the importance of consumer protection. Consumer protection is important from the consumer's point of view, and it is also important from the business point of view. Separate question is often asked in 3 marks. How the Consumer Protection Act is important from the consumer point of view, explain, and from the business point of view, explain. Let us see the importance of consumer protection from the consumer's point of view. The first is consumers' ignorance. When I say ignorance, it means they don't know about their rights. If they don't have the idea, definitely the person will deceive or befool them. Let us see. Majority of the consumers are unaware. They are not aware of their rights and reliefs. Since they don't have any idea, so it means that anybody will come and they will befool them. So in order to save consumers from exploitation, government feel that the Consumer Protection Act is the solution. The next is unorganized consumers. In India, consumers are still unorganized. They have not tied themselves with the organization. If they have tied themselves with the organization, definitely nobody can touch, nobody can deceive, nobody can cheat them. So it is being needed that to protect unorganized consumers, we should give them the shelter of or protection of Consumer Protection Act. The next is wide spread exploitation of consumers. We know that consumers are exploited on large scale by means of various unfair trade practices. So it is mandatory that we should take some steps. Now let us discuss the importance of consumer forum from the point of view of consumer business. Consumer forum do what? They make provisions and check whether the provision is being implemented properly in the country or not. So forum means what? It checks, it frame and check the rules and regulations to protect the interest of consumers. So let us see the importance of consumer forum first. First is large scale business interest. Why the forum is needed? So that the long term business interest, for the business point of view, Consumer Protection Act is needed. Why it is needed from the business point of view? First is long term business interest. If the business want to survive in a longer period, if they want to be in the market for the longer period, they should think and they should work and they should protect the interest of the consumer. Otherwise, consumer will throw them out. Next is moral justification. For the moral sake, they have taken the resources. So for the moral sake, they have to protect the interest. Second is social responsibility. We know that the every businessman are having the responsibility toward the society that they have to provide the quality product at a lower price. So for the social values, for the accomplishment of their social objective, they should work for the protection. Next, government intervention. If all the businessmen want that the government should not interfere, they will not poke, they will not disturb them, then they should protect the interest of the consumers. Otherwise, government will come. Next is business uses resources of the society. Since the businessmen are using the society's resources, so it is their responsibility that they should protect the interest. Let us discuss all the important why the Consumer Protection Act is important from the businessman point. Importance from the point of business. The first, we have seen the long term business interest. It is always in the interest of business to keep consumers satisfied. If the businessman wants that they should stay in the market for the longer time period, and we know that right now the market is the consumer oriented market, the only way to survive in the market is making the or keeping the consumers happy, and the only way by which we can make or keep the consumer happy is thinking and protect their interest. So for this purpose, it is Consumer Protection Act is needed. Next is moral justification. It is the moral duty of any business to take care of consumer interest, avoid any form of exploitation. Fine. Next is business uses resources of society. Listen, every business uses the resources of the society. So thus it is their responsibility to work for the interest of the society. Social responsibility. We know that it is the responsibility of the business houses to provide or to work for the betterment of the society. So from this point of view, at least they should not add poison in the society by exploiting them. Government intervention. If a business engage in any form of unfair trade practices from government, take action against it. Otherwise, the government will come, their goodwill will be affected, and if the businessman wants that their goodwill will not be affected by the government intervention, so they should work and they should protect the interest of consumer. Let us see the scope of the act. Let us see where the scope is applicable. The scope is applicable irrespective of the size. It is applicable in the large organization, and at the same time it is applicable in the small organization. The law doesn't see whether it is a large organization. They don't see whether it is Reliance or it is a MSME. The law doesn't discriminate whether it is a private sector, public sector, or the cooperative sector. It is applicable in the private sector, it is applicable in the public sector, and it is applicable in the corporate sector. It is applicable in the trade, and at the same time it is also applicable in manufacturing side or industry. It is applicable on the goods as well as it is applicable on the services. It is not like that the act will be applicable on the goods. It will be applicable on the goods as well as on services. So we have seen where the law is applicable. Now let us see the Consumer Council. As I told you, the departments that make or that frame provisions, make rules and regulations so that the act can be implemented and regulated properly in the country is the Consumer Council. In India, there are 3 councils. So the council is clear. Department frame provisions, rules, organizations so that the act can be implemented and regulated properly is called Consumer Council. So let us see how many councils. There are 3 councils. Center, state and district. In center we are having a Consumer Council, that is Central Consumer Council. State level we are having the State Consumer Council, and district level we are having the District Consumer Council. Frame the laws and regulate the laws at the central level, at the state level, and at the district level. Now let us see one by one. The chairman of the Central Consumer Council is Minister of the Central Government. When I am recording this video, the Minister of the Central Government of Central State Council is Ram Vilas Paswan. So who is the Minister? Ram Vilas Paswan. State, the chairman is Minister of the State Government. District, collector is the chairman. Let us see the meeting. Once in a year, the meeting should be held. At least twice in a year, at the state level, the meeting should be held. And in the case of District Consumer Council, at least twice in a year. I mean, in the state's Consumer Council and the District Consumer Council, the meeting should be twice in a year. Let us see the maximum number of the member. The maximum number of the member in the Central Consumer Council is 150. In the State Consumer Council is 10. And in the District Consumer Council, the maximum number will be prescribed by the state government. So it depends upon the number depends upon the state government decision. Now let us see the meaning of consumer, because if we want to protect the interest, we should know whose interest we have to protect. In respect of the goods, we will see who is the consumer, and then we will see in respect of goods. Firstly, let us see who is the consumer in respect of goods. Any person who buy goods for consideration, any person who purchase the goods in terms of by paying the money or by paying check or money values is a consumer. And any person who is buying the goods, who is consuming the goods, clear, or who is the beneficiary, who is taking the benefits by the use of the goods with the permission of the buyer, that very person is the consumer in respect of goods. So the point is clear. Buyer, it means customer, and the user. In respect of the services, let us see. First is any person who avail the services by making the cash payment or by making the payment through the check or by making the payment in consideration other than cash is the consumer who avail the service. Second is anyone who uses the service, anyone who is the beneficiary of such services with the permission of the permission who availed it. Example, suppose you have taken the mediclaim policy of your child. So your child is also the consumer. If you died, then your child will be the consumer. Why? Because he is the beneficiary of the services taken by you. Clear? Let us discuss the rights of the consumers. The first right of the consumer is right to safety. It is his right to use the safe product, to use the non-hazardous products. Clear? Right to be informed. It is his right that the complete information about the ingredient should be given to him. Then he has the right to choose. It means that he has the right to select the goods or decide the services of his taste. He has the right to be heard. It means at the time of filing a complaint in the forum, then he has the right that the forum should listen to him. When you file a complaint, definitely uh, the time should be given that he should speak and the person should listen to him. Now let us see. Right to seek redressal. It means he has the right to get the solution to his problem. Then right to consumer education. He has the right to know all about his rights and duties. We will discuss all this in detail. Let us start. The right to safety. Consumer has the right to be protected against product services which are hazardous to health and life. So ISI marks are engraved on the electronic items. This is just to educate the people that the good is safe to use. So we have often seen so many egg mark is there, ISI is there. So this is just to protect the consumers. The next is right to be informed. What it means? It means consumer has the right to have complete information about the product, about the ingredients added in the product, so that he will decide whether he has to purchase or not. Then right to choose. It is his right that he should select the item of his choice. No businessman will deprive him with this basic right. No businessman will say you don't have the right to choose. I'll give the product to you. I mean, he has the right to choose. Then right to be heard. It means that at the time of filing a complaint, then the time period should be given to him to present his view. Then right to seek redressal. What it means? It means consumer has the right to get relief in case the product or the services fall short of his expectation or is dangerous. I mean, if the good or the services is out of his expectation or is below the standard or is of a dangerous nature, then he can go to the solution to the problem. He can go to the consumer forum and he can get the solution, ask to pay, return the money, return the goods, and so on. We will discuss this redressal in detail later on. Right to consumer education. It means consumer has the right to acquire knowledge and to be well informed throughout life. The government of India has included consumer education in the school curriculum. Right now we are studying, so that you should know your basic right, and is used, and the government is also using the media so that the consumer should be enlightened. They should know. Now let us see the responsibilities and the duties of the consumer. First is ask for the cash memo on purchase of goods or services. This would be a proof that you have purchased goods. So if anything goes wrong, you can file a complaint. Remember one thing: if we have a cash memo, then and only then we can go to the redressal forum. Otherwise, it is impossible. We can't file a complaint. Why? Because cash memo is a proof that you have purchased the goods from so and so. Otherwise, we can't file a complaint. Why? Because we don't have a proof. Second is be aware about various goods and services available in the market so that an intelligent and wise choice can be made. We should not blindly follow the advertisement. We should have the wider view. We should check the product. Don't listen to the businessman, because every businessman want to sell the product. So we should apply a brain. So be aware. Buy only standardized goods. I mean, we should buy the goods which has the hallmark. We should have the ISI mark or have the FPO mark. I mean, remember one thing: hallmark is on the jewelry, ISI mark is on the electronic goods, FPO marks on the food products. So when we purchase the product, Don't forget to check the standard marks, because this marks will tell us that we are using the standardized goods. It is safe to use. Then follow manufacturer's instructions. Learn about the risk associated with the products and services. So we always, before using the product, don't ignore the manufacturer's instructions. Next is read labels carefully so as to have informed about prices, net weight, manufacturing and expiry dates. So read the labels carefully, because most of the time the manufacturers befooled us by compromising with the net weight. From the price also they deceive us, and we should also check the expiry date as well. Otherwise, anybody can befool us. Then assert yourself to ensure that you get the fair deal. Be honest in your dealings. Choose only from legal goods and services, and discourage unscrupulous practices like black marketing holding. I mean, if you want that that you should be protected, try to avoid black marketing. Try to avoid the illegal purchase. File a complaint in case of shortcomings of the quality of goods. Then don't avoid. Please rush and file a complaint. Forum consumer societies, which would play an active part in educating consumers and safeguarding their interest. Then respect the environment, avoid wastage, littering, and contributing to pollution. That's all we have in this video. Thanks for watching. God bless you all. Meet you soon with a new video.